Hello everybody, welcome to today's stream. Give me a second, we're on this screen because I have to set some stuff up really quickly, but we will begin stream soon. This is a double stream today, so we're doing both peak and some tuba practice. But yeah. So I hope you all enjoy this stream today. Give me a second and we'll be up and running. Okay. Hello everybody and welcome. Today we're playing Peak again. Hunting for some more achievements. Okay, let's begin. So like I said, hunting for achievements today, just like normal. Give me a second. I'm gonna put on some nice Christmas music in the background. Some nice holiday. Some nice. Holiday music. Then we'll get started. Okay, so hopefully that's a good level of volume. Sorry guys, just give me 1 second. We're good. So, we're good. Let's play some Peak. This is my outfit for today. Maybe I should put on something more festive. Let's see. I feel like this is pretty festive. I want to do some quick, like, achievement grinding sort of situation here. So yeah. I want the Naturalist badge since we're playing on Tenderfoot, so... And then I think I want to go for the Incognito as well. Let's just take a quick look. I also want to do this one without ever losing consciousness, and hopefully solo expedition and fall damage. So we'll see how much we can get done this round. I'm just gonna stash this in here just in case I need it. I hopefully shouldn't, but we will see. I'm all bundled up in my skin for this expedition to the peak. Okay. Need to find some luggage and stuff. And I'm hoping I get to the top today, because yesterday I didn't. Which was kind of frustrating, but, you know. Because I died on the mesa with the Book of Bones, which was sad. I want to know what's on your guys' wish list. Because I have a few things on my wish list, but, you know, I think I already told you guys about these. Oh, this is really tempting to go for a few other badges. I need 8 rope spools to do that badge, and then I need to climb 50 meters upwards without stopping. Problem is, on most of these cliffs, I have no idea how tall they are. Like, I know how much 50 meters is. It has to be without touching the ground. I bet that's 50 meters. Okay, so I guess I'm not going for the naturalist badge. I just want to check something. When I'm on the wall, if I stop, can I pull something out? No. Okay, here we go. I guess no naturalist badge. Did I get the badge? Well, I just lost the fall damage one. Was that not it? I don't think I touched the ground. If that didn't count, I'm restarting the run. Does lunging not count? I'm restarting. That actually sucks. I didn't know lunging didn't count. That is so annoying. That is actually frustrating, because surely that was 50 meters, right? I thought that was. Yeah, no new badges. Wow. I thought that would have surely been 50. That's frustrating. Wow. Okay, well, second attempt, here we go. If we don't get a good opportunity to do the 50, then we'll just do... If we don't have a good opportunity to do the 50, I think what we'll do is we'll just try to do the naturalist badge and everything else while we can. That's frustrating, man. Okay, so I can't have any of those except for the first aid kit. And that's a scout cannon, which is useless to me. Okay. Well, that's a wonderful start. And it's not Mesa today, so I can't get anything with the scout cannon. Not a great start. If I get balloons, I want to do the aeronautics badge. I'd love to do that one. Oh, now the question is that 50 meters and do I attempt it again? Let me find a good little crevice to sit myself in while I look this up. Okay. How to climb 50 meters in peak. Okay, not on Tenderfoot. So you can't do it on Tenderfoot. Okay, so you can't do it on my difficulty that I'm on right now. That is good to know now, because now I can get the Naturalist badge. Which means I really don't need this lollipop. Okay. So that's kind of frustrating that I threw away a run for that, but whatever. Let me get this little Santa's present up here. The green ones are just the normal ones. I don't know. I thought I was clicking E. I can't have any of that. Oh my gosh. Wonderful. And maybe I get the under an hour badge. The speedy badge. One thing I think Peak does really well is making you want the achievements. Like, they're like, you want to have all of them. You do. And I think that's such a special thing about this game, is that it doesn't make players like really like well, I guess it does. It makes them struggle for the achievements, but it makes people want the achievements because it unlocks like customizable it makes your character customizable, and I think it's just nice to have the badges, right? So I think they do that really well, and especially for like a $5 game right now. This game costs as much as like some candy at a store, but it is so much worth. It's so worth it. I've played this game for over 20 hours. Doesn't seem like a lot, but it is. I mean, I've played Mario Kart World for probably... I played it more than 65 hours. But that's nothing next to my sister, who's played The Sims 4 for like 3,000. I don't know, I love this game. It's wonderful. Okay, 10 minutes on the first one. Not bad. Cure-all, I can use that. I'm a freaking idiot. Oh my god. What am I doing? I'm an actual insane guy. I cannot believe I just did that. That makes me cringe so hard. I know it's tropics today. Oh, I wasted a cure-all. A funny thing about this game is you essentially climb up and then go back down and then climb up again. Like, obviously it's not as great of a distance, but you know. Let me just sit here for a second. There might be a place to stand up here. If there's not, that's bad. What? The hell was that? This game, man, I'm done. I legitimately can't do this, man. It... That's 2 runs now. That actually pisses me off. Man, that... Trying to remain positive, right? But what the hell was that? Why, Peak? That is genuinely one of the most frustrating things. That is genuinely one of the most frustrating things. Genuinely frustrating. I just need a second to cool off, because that was actually frustrating me. 2 runs, actually. 2 runs. Two runs. So, I don't know what to do. Also, by the way, guys, I love this thing. Oh my god. Yeah. So should I move it this way or what? No, this way. Yeah, great system. Thank you, Nintendo, for letting me buy it. Okay, well, here's what I'm gonna do. Since I just suck at Peak, I guess, and I've only been live for who knows how long, 30 minutes? I'm gonna come back with my tuba and we'll practice a little bit. So, yeah, stay tuned for that. Yep. Okay, I'll be back. See you then. Okay, everybody. Okay. So essentially what we're gonna do is we're gonna play some stuff. Okay, I'm just looking some stuff up here. Give me a minute. Okay, let's just practice a little bit. Okay, a few things. First of all, I changed my tube a little bit. Changed it just a little bit. Let's get this in. Oh, not that one. Changed it just a little bit. Just so you guys can, you know, enjoy the season and such. It is completely wrapped in tinsel. Completely. I don't know what I'm playing here, but I lost one of these. I gotta grab it. Okay. So, a little different from when you guys last saw this, but nevertheless amazing. Also, it lights up. So that's pretty cool. Okay. So let's begin. No thank you. Right, so let me change a few things actually. Something like this. Okay, whatever. Let's play this. To warm up. Okay. I can change the shutter speed. Okay. I don't know. Let's do, okay. Let's move on now. This is on page 33. Dotted eighth notes. We're doing all of these on this page. Whatever. Moving on. So that's number one. Number two. I don't really want to do this. I've noticed. But I suppose it's the season. I hate that exercise. I don't want to do it anymore. Sorry guys, we're back. Okay, that was number 2. Let's go. Not too bad. That was number 4. Okay. Number 5. Hey. Okay, that was number 5. No, number 6. Okay, and then I guess we're gonna end with Over the Rainbow, because what else am I supposed to do? Hell nah. Okay, I'm done. Nope, I'm not doing that. I'm not pissing myself off more. Already a little bit frustrated from what happened with frickin' Peak. Bruh. Okay. Lights are off on my too, though. Okay. Now, I am but a single guy. And I don't have a team to help me with my anything. Okay. So, let's watch something. Why don't we? Let us watch a video. I want to know. Let's look up jet lag. Because I think they have a new season. No, they released the trailer for their new season. Jet lag, hide and seek UK. Let me change the screen capture. Okay, let's watch this.
With Ring Retinal 4K, the holiday cheer is coming in clearer than ever before.
Hello! Welcome to my secret hiding spot. Good luck finding me here.
Welcome to Hide and Seek across the UK. Over this 6-day game, Ben, Adam, and I will compete to hide for as long as we can without being found. Each round, 2 players will serve as the seekers, with the hider having 4 hours to hide anywhere in the UK. In order to find them, the seekers can ask
Wait,
questions
hold on, let me restart this. Yep, that looks like the UK.
Hello! Welcome to my secret hiding spot. Good luck finding me here.
Welcome to Hide and Seek across the UK.
Like
Over
always,
this
I hope
6-day
Ben
game,
wins.
Ben, Adam, and I will compete to hide for as long as we can without being found. Each round, 2 players will serve as the seekers, with the hider having 4 hours to hide anywhere in the UK. In order to find them, the seekers can ask questions from our massive
4 hours seems like a long
exchange
time.
for answers, the hider gets to draw cards from the hider deck, chock full of advantages like time bonuses and curses that can slow the seekers down.
Oh, and they...
First, cut to Adam spiraling. I want to see Adam spiral.
Adam, I see you spiraling.
I want to stay here.
They have arrived. Come on. How did this happen?
I don't like it when they do.
Oh,
good
Ben with the
guesses,
beard.
But they're not on a Ferris wheel. So who's really winning right now?
It's an ambulance, probably for Adam because he's crashing out. Let's tentacle his ass.
We said we were going to stop phrasing it that way.
I didn't say that. Oh, if I could get a veto, that'd be huge.
What direction are you going? Well, damn.
These sick freaks want another photo of
Ben Doyle.
Wait, I need an aesthetic British flag picture for the trailer.
Oh, yeah. Are we in the trailer?
Please get out of my shot.
Man, what have you?
This place sucks.
Now it's like we're driving the bus.
We're finding him before the end of the day.
It's like the worst pulls ever.
Okay, I'm doing it. It's an 8!
Sam and Adam need to stop.
I have a YouTube
Season
show
16.
called Jet Lag the Game. Look it up.
Is it good? Have you got a lot of subscribers?
Yeah, it's got like 1 million.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god. That is honestly insane. Oh my god, I'm so excited for the new season. So excited for the new season. Oh, by the way, guys, I want to show you these. I think I showed you them earlier. But, let me catch the webcam for a second. Okay. My dad printed these beautiful... I told him I wanted coasters. He has, like, you know, Star Wars coasters that he 3D printed. We have a Bamboo Lab 3D printer. And he printed me these. I said I wanted a Firewatch coaster. This was his first rendition. You know, it's nice, it's nice. What I wanted switched, you could see here, there's not a lot of depth. So the water kind of sits on the coaster. And, like, the birds and the power lines are kind of rough. You see that? So the birds, not super high detail. And the power line, you can barely see. Right? So, in turn, he went back and he changed some things. And he created this. You can see the power line, you can see the birds. He swapped the what was originally black for red or for the orange color. It's beautiful. And you can see the details on there. There's depth in all of it. It's stunning because you can clearly see that that's a watchtower, like what's crazy to me is that it just looks amazing. Like, it's beautiful. So I thought I just had to share that with you guys, but yeah. Okay. I want to watch this Sea of Thieves video. Okay.
When it comes to Sea of Thieves, the most satisfying way to make money is by taking it from other pirates. There's only one problem. Said pirates are not usually willing to just hand it over to you, bringing us to the solution. Player versus player combat.
PvP!
Now, you might assume that PvP is as simple and fair as accelerating a piece of lead towards the face of your opponent, but you'd be wrong. Sea of Thieves is a social sandbox, and with that in mind, PvP can come in a lot of different facets. From sneaky rowboat heists to political negotiations, and of course, the classic open combat. We will be exploring all of this and more because our goal is to make 1 million gold entirely by fighting other players, all the while playing on a brand new character. And gamers, whatever you think how bad this is gonna be, trust me when I say that, it's gonna get so much worse. But just like any good story, this one starts at the beginning. Without a single coin in my pocket, my first objective was clear. Acquire 20,000 gold in order to purchase a Reaper Emissary flag license. Arguably the best emissary in the game period, but especially for a challenge, because with a Grade 5 emissary, everything we sell is going to grant us 2.5 times its original value in and reputation. But as an added benefit, we can also see other emissaries on the map. And if the only way we can make money is by taking it from others, this is going to be a crucial part of the puzzle. How do we get the flag to Grade 5? I'm gonna show you a bit of a trick for that once we purchase the license. But let's not get ahead of ourselves, because I was a far cry away from being able to do that. Finding other boats to fight is a surprisingly difficult thing to achieve without that emissary flag. So other than sailing around aimlessly, there wasn't a heck of a lot I could do. Though there was one indicator I could use. Whilst the Reapers are the only ones who are always marked on the map for everyone to see, any and all emissaries are represented on their respective emissary table. So by simply going to an outpost, I can make sure that there were, like, you know, people doing stuff on my server. And if there weren't, I could just use the diving function to get onto a different one. And as it just so happened, 2 Order of Souls emissaries were present. Emissaries tend to have more treasure on board than random non-emissary boats, because they need to hold onto it in order to level up their flag, making them more valuable targets. And those being of the Order of Souls variety was very lucky, since I had a hunch on where I could find those ships specifically. Because I know that this faction hugely benefits from grinding in the Devil's Roar, and that is exactly where I decided to head towards, though somebody else caught my eye on my way to that region.
I really hope I'm right about the Order of Souls guy. Oh!
Boat! There's a boat! Oh my god, signs of life! Ladies and gentlemen, we found our first target, and here we stumble upon one of the very skittish variety. This gamer was intent on not giving up his loot, trying to run away at all cost. Now, he did have a skelly ship spawn on him completely at random, and some of you might think that this is a good thing, but it's actually not. Because that stupid skelly ship made it more difficult for me to make maneuvers without crashing into it, and let's just say that it was not landing enough shots to make up for that inconvenience, meaning I had no choice but to sink it. Eventually, I found an opportunity to fire out of the cannon and then use my grapple gun in order to get on his boat.
Oh my god.
Which I had no trouble taking him out, and of course, he had a fitting response to what just transpired. He scuttled immediately, what the hell? Okay. Crazy to me some people play like that. They're like, the moment they die, immediately scuttling shit. That's all you had? You ran away for 2 fish? Bro had 2 fish and ran away. Actually, it was 3 fish. Now, I'm not gonna pretend to know what possesses somebody to waste their time trying to flee with poverty amounts of loot, but alas, this was our haul, and after handing it in at the Reaper's hideout, it made us a whole 15,570 golds. And even that is inflating the numbers. 4,500 of those coins were granted to me as part of the free plunder pass, which I know I didn't earn via PvP, but it's too much of a headache to try and keep track of, so I'm just gonna let that slide. It only amounts to a few thousand gold at the end anyway, anyway, and don't forget, we need a whole 1,000,000. But now that this was taken care of, it was time to go back to hunting those Order of Souls emissaries I spotted on the table. And guess what? I was absolutely right about them hiding in the roar. Except this wasn't the emissary I was hoping to find, for this was a gold hoarder. I'm not gonna be picky about that right now. Loot is loot at the end of the day, so
I never
obviously
see
I
any
would try to save them,
gold
with the
hoarders
emphasis being on try, because guess what? I got Kraken. My golden opportunity
when I
of finally
play.
catching somebody who might actually have a sizable amount of loot was
So
ripped
I don't know
away,
what he's
so
talking
I could
about.
not continue to pursue them until I had dealt with the Kraken. I wish I could say that this was the second and last time that an emergent encounter would get in the way of me chasing a boat, but unfortunately that would be a lie. Though in a hilarious twist that I could have never seen coming, that boat did not run away. Yeah, they just ran their vessel into the next island, allowing me to light them up completely for free. I feel a little bit like a bully, but like, he had every chance to get away and just decided not to take it down.
That's true.
What the hell? Okay, what are we looking at? 2 whole pieces of treasure. Yeah, okay. An emissary flag makes it more likely that they have loot, but that doesn't mean that they always do. The one item they held onto sold for a whopping 1,200 gold, but thankfully the emissary flag itself can be sold, and that granted me a much more satisfying payout of 3,904 gold pieces. Technically, I now had the 20,000 gold necessary to buy that emissary flag license, but since over a fourth of that came from the plunder pass rather than from PvP, I decided to go for at least one more sync before purchasing it, just to stay in the spirit of the challenge. Now, I did eventually spot the Order of Souls emissary I was hunting this entire time, but having learned from the last encounter, I decided to not attack them immediately. Whatever they were doing at an island, I'd rather they finish it so that they have more treasure for me to steal, but once their flag looked big and juicy, it was time to approach. Where every fight before this was an absolute
What was that
pushover,
on
this
screen?
big and juicy, it was time to approach.
Oh
Where
my
every fight
God.
before this was an absolute pushover, this time I had to face a duo, one that was dangerously accurate, at one point even sending me to the ferry with a well-placed sniper shot. Incidentally, that was actually a good thing for me. Let me explain. Them immediately getting the upper hand makes it more likely that they think they can win. And if they think they can win, that means they have no reason to run away. All I had to do now was show them how
Oh, sure
wrong they
things.
were, but truthfully, I'm not good enough at PvP to make this fight look easy. Hello there, Skelly ship. I only got the upper hand once I managed to take down their mast, at which point it was all rudimentary. I just had to circle around their boat and continuously pop holes into their vessel until the water that's coming in overwhelms their ability to bucket it back out. By the way, Rare, I absolutely need you to remove these annoying pop-ups from my screen when I'm fighting another ship. Words cannot describe how infuriating it is to not see whether or not my dang cannon is actually loaded because of that huge banner. Things only got worse for me when they replied in kind, taking down my mast, and with that, my mobility. Now here's a pro tip for you guys. If your wheel is too broken to stop yourself from spinning, anchoring at just the right time to guarantee a cannon angle is going to be your better bet. By continuously spinning around, you are not only depriving yourself of the ability to fire at them, but you're also giving them every opportunity to litter your boat and hose from every possible
Okay, they're
angle.
sunk.
And because they didn't know that tip, I came out on top and sank their vessel. Though that didn't stop them from being insanely annoying even without their ship. I actually had to jump into the water just to get rid of the last guy, but at the end, their Great 5 emissary flag was mine. That's right, they didn't actually have a single piece of loot on their boat, really putting a damper on my whole emissaries are more likely to hold treasure deal. But hey, 10,000 gold is nothing to sneeze at, and with that, we were finally able to afford our flag. After 2.5 hours of fighting boats with next to no treasure on board, we could proudly become a Reaper's Bones emissary, knowing that every coin we spent on this privilege was earned by PvP. Leaving only one task for us to complete, leveling it up to Grade 5. And for that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to bestow upon you a secret technique.
Albion Online is a sandbox MMORPG in which you write your own story instead of following a laid-out path. Explore a vast open world. Everything you do has an...
Lo and behold, chat room. Emissary Grade 4. Basically, by leaving the render distance of an island, you can force the spawns to reset. And if the spawns reset, there's always a chance for there to be a captain. And for some reason, digging up Captain's Orders gives a lot of emissary value towards Reaper. Yep, you heard me right. For the low price of 2 skeleton captains, you too can get a great 5 Reaper's Bones emissary flag.
What?
Just make sure you pick up the Captain's Orders after defeating it to dig up the treasure and watch your levels rise. With that achieved, we can just use a Gold Hoarder digging voyage to hop from server to server, since that is the fastest voyage to complete, and only by completing the voyage do you avoid getting a cooldown on diving. And without even visiting an outpost to look at the tables, we can immediately see on our map if there are any emissaries. Though what we ended up finding didn't even require any of that fancy nonsense, because we stumbled upon an active Fort of the Damned. At the time of recording, the only world event in the game that can be activated by players, this was a huge opportunity to get tons and tons of treasure. The only problem, I actually had to wait for them to complete it before I could attack them, because as per the rules, I am allowed to complete PvE events, but I'm not allowed to sell any treasure I get as a result of it. But thankfully, there were other things I could do to pass the time.
Oh, wait, what? Wait, what? We gotta intercept that.
Gamers, if there's a piece of treasure that is marked on the map, chances are it's going to be worth pursuing. This one specifically is a Skull of the Banished. Now, I didn't remember how much it sells for, but I did know that this was not the only item you get from the voyage that drops it. We just found a massive opportunity to catch a loot pinata before they can sell their goods, and you know what? I think I'm just gonna let this one play out.
Greetings, gentlemen. Hello there. What's good? How you doing? That's interesting. There's a lot of loot here. I would like to have that loot.
Okay, sent one to the ferry.
Good job, boys. Yeah, this was like taking candy from a child. Besides the fact that using a bone caller to summon skeleton minions was absolute overkill for these guys, I decided to toss the loot overboard and have them be on their merry way, rather than trying to sink them. I mean, my goal is to make $1 million, not to sink as many boats as possible, and since the skull is marked on the map, I could also pinpoint the exact location of where I dropped the goods off. Now, obviously, one does not simply lose all of that treasure without
Okay, well, I think I'm gonna end stream, actually. Don't really have anything else to add to this, so I think it's best if you watch it on your own. Thank you all so much for watching.